Welcome to Rokk Around the Clock, daily cloud gaming news live at the same time, Monday to Friday. But first, if you're new to the show, please subscribe and hit the bell. If you'd like to support the channel, why not hit the join button on the channel homepage and become a member of Team Rokk. Where is the old fella? Where'd he go? Oh, I thought that should have automatically kicked in. Every day, a new challenge, my friends. Every day, a new challenge. How are you? Welcome to Thursday. We've only got one more day to go. And it's gaming weekend. Why is it called gaming weekend? Well, because that's when we game, isn't it? What else do we do on a weekend? I game, you game, we all game. We're all game for gaming, aren't we? Phipps, I'm so sorry that my Discord invite link has expired. That should have been like an eternal, forever, infinite, long-lasting, never go off, drink it forever kind of link. So apologies for that, my friend. I will update it later, and you can join. Thank you for that. You should... I'm just trying to think. I don't even think that I have... No, I probably do. I probably do have restrictions. You'd have all sorts of herberts in there, wouldn't you? Thank you for that, though, my friend. And I will sort that for you later. I did have it so that when you became a member, you automatically were added to Discord, but for some reason it stopped working. So apologies for that. Who else we got in the house here? Big Steve's there. He's got a big old rock thumbs up. Good to see you, dude. Hope you're keeping well. I'm excited for tomorrow, guys. We've got that big GeForce Now 3080 plus Still Rising giveaway. Woohoo! And of course, all you lovely Team Rokk members, you're already in there. You're already in that giveaway. You don't have to do a thing. You don't have to lift a finger. You're already in there. How cool is that? Gamer Mink has returned. The return of the Mink. How are you, buddy? Hope you're keeping well. With your rabbit. I do love your little rabbit. I hope you've I hope you've not been ill or anything. I hope you're keeping good there. Windstar is in the house. How are you there, Windstar? I hope you're well, my friend. Kinda Scottish, kinda. I could be better, gotta work on it. I know, I get it all. Humble, how are you, my friend? Good to see you. Thank you so much for popping in. Another one of my fantastic Team Rokk members. Love you guys. Thank you so much. It just keeps growing and growing. It's absolutely unbelievable. So we've got a packed show today. We have got some news. Now, of course, it's Thursday. You know what that means. GeForce Now Thursday. So when they release their news every Thursday, there's a big old blog from our friends at GeForce Now, and they are our friends. I mean, they've done 2 giveaways 2 weeks in a trot, so they're very brilliant guys. So we'll have a look at what they've got to say for themselves, and they've got a few new games, so we'll have a look at those chappies as well. We've got some Xbox cloud gaming news that I've not seen anywhere else, hence Halo. We're going to have a good old look at Cloud Dosage. They've got some stuff. We'll have a look at our bookmarks. And then, to top the show off in our ongoing series of looking at the various cloud gaming options, Mink's joined! Thank you so much, my friend. I don't know why this doesn't pop up and say welcome. But I'm welcoming you, so thank you very much, my friend, as a new member. Bless you. And good timing as well, because you are now in the draw tomorrow for that 3080. Wow! 3 months, you get a whole 90 days of 3080 on me and our good friends NVIDIA. But I will also be throwing in a copy of Still Rising, which is an RTX game on Steam, which I just completed this week. Took me loads of time, and I did it on the easy session. But it's a good game. You'll love it. So good luck for that. That's awesome. Thank you so much, my friend. Really appreciate that. Crow, how are you, buddy? Crow Reason. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're keeping well, bud. Thanks for joining us. So yeah, we got a few little things to run through, which will be fun. So without further ado, as they very often say in the wonderful land of cliched YouTubers, should we flick over to... Hang on a minute, we can't flick anywhere. Look who's just popped in. It's only our good friend Geek to Sneak. Hey-o! Good to see you, buddy. Look at all these amazing Team Rokk members. Gamer Mink's got a little embarrassed face. No need to be embarrassed, my friend. You're amongst friends. I think you are now number 52 in the Team Rokk membership list, which, if I don't mind saying, I think it's one of the biggest around. I'm so chuffed. You guys are stunning. Let's pop over to Larry the Laptop and see. Oh, before we do that, let me give you a little sneak peek at tomorrow's Wheel of Fortune. A sneak... I don't know if I'll pop up in the camera, by the way, but you'll get a sneak peek. Look at this. I've got it all ready. Yeah, no, I'm not here, look. Consider me hiding behind the clock, but look at this. Ready for tomorrow, 90 days of GFN 3080 plus still rising. Ooh. There'll be well over, we're getting on for 100 names around that clock tomorrow. So we'll come back then and have a good old look at it. That's going to be amazing. I'm so excited. Right, let's get and see what old Larry's got for us, shall we? There he is, young Larry the Laptop. What a Nerds World's popped in. Hello, my friend. How are you? Hey, everyone. Just in time for the news. We've got a full-on packed-up show, or a full packed-up, full-on show, one of the 7. And don't forget, stay with us at the end, because I think I was halfway saying this, in our ongoing series of looking at all the cloud gaming options post-Stadia. Today we're moving into the big guns, and we're going to go and have a look at PlayStation. Woohoo! And it's interesting because PlayStation, you know what, it doesn't get a lot of references and mentions, and all you ever hear is people saying, it's not very good. I'm going to dispel these rumours today, guys. So hang around, we'll have a look at that. I got my head back into it this afternoon. I think it's flipping awesome. Flipping awesome, I do. Right, here we are at our wonderful friends NVIDIA GeForce Now is blog. So these guys will come down here. We'll have a little peepee-voo. You can't see this, so I'm going to zoom in a bit. There we go. Look at that. Lovely. A little bit of an ASMR voice to get us going as well. Hopefully you can hear me and the music isn't disrupting anything. Oh, Geek to Sneak's been meaning to pick up Still Rising. There you go, man. Well, you're in the draw because you're a Team Rokk member. So you've got as much chance. Actually, you probably have... I was saying this to someone earlier, Pedda, actually, because Pedda sent me a little DM to say, I've done it all, Rokk. I said, mate, you're a Team Rokk member. You don't have to do anything. You're already in. And I said to him, actually, typically, it's about 2/3 Team Rokk members and 1/3 other folks. So Team Rokk members have got a fairly strong chance of winning every week, which is pretty awesome, isn't it? So what have our good friends at NVIDIA got for us this week? Well, they lead with those Chromebooks, which of course have been a little topic of consternation amongst the community this week. I kind of understand why. We covered it a little bit. Yeah, it's like, hang on, Stadia or Google, you killed off the most promising cloud gaming platform, and now you're promoting cloud gaming. I mean, you can see the irony, can't you? I get it. We've kind of got to move on beyond that. And I look at it now as, okay, so yes, Chromebooks are Android, Chrome OS based devices. And yes, that's Google. But these devices, to be fair, are not from Google. So they're from Asus and I think Lenovo and Acer. And of course, they all come with, they've ramped them right up so they're high quality as far as Chromebooks go, with your cloud games and with something like your 3080. Look at this, guys. GeForce Now RTX 3080 members, that's going to be one of you tomorrow, can now stream their favorite PC games at up to 1600p 120 frames per second, 1600. So that's higher quality than 1440. And of course, if you're looking at it on a 14-inch monitor, boom, I mean, that's going to look every Yeah, it's just amazing because the pixels are so packed together. It's going to look as good as 4K. Chariot's in the house and K-Sport as well. How are you, dude? Yes, Warhammer Darkside. I'm hoping to get a code for that, actually, K-Sport. I'm waiting to hear. If I do, I'm going to give that a little stream. It's some great stuff coming out, guys. We'll have a look in a minute. But over the next few days, there's Warhammer, there's Scorn, there's a game which I can't pronounce, which looks amazing. We'll have a look at it in a second. Chariot, good to see you, my friend. Thank you so much for popping in again. You're becoming a regular. I really appreciate it, my friend. I think I asked you this yesterday, how are you getting on with your Steam Deck? But you probably answered me, and it disappeared up the channel, and I never did cover your answer. Bless you. Gamer Mink says, oh, hang on, Gamer Mink. Hang on, mate. What's going on here? Why are you being cut off in your prime? There we go. Thing with PlayStation is they've got Lego games in the cloud. Yes, they have. They're the only one that has them. Black Nut has some Lego games. I know this because when I was looking at it the other day, Noir, as I prefer to call them, they had a Disney section. I thought, hello, that's interesting. So I had a look and they were kind of Lego games, which was, didn't know that. K-Spall says, I now personally, sorry my friend, think Google killed Stadia as it just cannot compete with GeForce Now. For the new Chromebooks, do you know what? My flipping Android kicked in then when I said the name of that company. Sorry about that. I now personally think Google killed Stadia as it just cannot compete with GeForce Now. For the new Chromebooks to have GeForce Now installed, this must have been going on. Yes, 100% it was going on for ages, but that doesn't mean that Stadia wasn't already planned to go with it as well, and they just pulled it at the end. We're never going to know, are we? ER Gaming, how are you, my friend? Afternoon Rock and all of you lovely people in the chat. Yeah, thank you so much. You guys are always so friendly to each other. You're my lovely friends. Most definitely, this is Chariot talking about his Steam Deck. Just been experimenting with it. I'll be getting some games soon. Content surely on the way. Don't forget, you can download all the free games on Steam, and there's a ton of them. There's also demos and early access stuff which you don't have to pay for. So yeah, make sure you don't miss out. And grab yourself the Heroic Launcher. I think that's what it's called. And with that installed, you can also play Epic games. So those games that they put out every Thursday under the Epic, free Epic game, you can claim those and play them on your Steam Deck. And I know you can because I've done it. How cool is that? There's just so much you can do with it. I know. It's ridiculous, if I'm honest. It's ridiculous. It's amazing. So anyway, 1600p, 120 frames per second, guys. That's as fast as my mobile, and it's just, no downloads, no installs. You know how it works, just victory. Even better, Nvidia has worked with Google to support the newest Chromebooks, which are the first laptops custom built for cloud gaming. With gorgeous res and display, we just mentioned that, haven't we? They come with a free 3-month GeForce Now RTX 3080 membership. Who else is going to be getting one of these? Yeah, one of you guys. Absolutely. We're going to get it out there before they do. Brian, how are you? Blaine, I beg your pardon. How are you, my friend? I loved Stadia. But the one criticism I have is that when scrolling games in the store, you had to scroll past millions of add-ons. Yeah, that was a good point. That was a bit of a pain. You couldn't filter them out either, could you? And of course, they never did update the look on the Chromecast UI. So by the time we got to the end of Stadia and we all had like 200 games that we'd claimed and stuff, you were just like, give the controller to the dog, put his paw on it so it would scroll and go and make a cup of tea. Come back and you'd find the game. Cloud Cowboy. I was about to call you Cloud Boy, which is actually not a bad name, my friend. What's going on, Gamers Without Limits? Oh yes, Gamers Without Limits. Love it. Gaming in the clouds, up in the top there. Howdy, Martinez. Martinez, I sent you a DM, my friend. I'm not sure if you saw it yet, but check out your tweet. I'm going to go and have a little sneaky look and see if he did. No, you haven't replied. Check out your DMs. Cloud Boy, yeah, maybe not for you. Maybe not for you. The boy bit, I mean. Crow thought it was quite funny. And he wrote up, so here we go, GeForce Now. Don't forget, guys, one of you tomorrow, I'm going to keep saying it because I'm so excited. If I was you, I'm excited because I've got 3080 and I know how freaking amazing it is. So I'm just excited that you guys that maybe have never tried the 3080, even if you've been used to playing, I've got to be honest, because that's what you'll always get from me. Positivity with honesty. I loved Stadia. You know that, guys. This was a Stadia-only channel. And when it was 4K, it was gorgeous. When it was 1440-60, it was gorgeous. But nothing compares to the GFN 3080. You may as well, honestly, sit down your battle-hardened PC gamer and tell them, what do you think of my top-of-the-range PC that I've got down the back of the sofa there with a 3080 card? And then we go, oh, mate, that looks so good. And then you spring them the surprise. You did respond, did you, my friend? Oh, Twitter, why don't you ever update for me? Let me just go and check it out, man. Oh, here you are. You did 6 minutes ago. Dad, give it here. Oh, never mind. Oh, you could. Awesome news. Yes. Good. I'll come back to you. We're not going to tell anybody else. It's our little secret, my friend. Let them all guess what we're talking about. Mr. Urban World, how are you, dude? I love your King Kong avatar. When I was a kid, King Kong was my favourite. The old Fay Ray 1924, whenever it was, the old 1920s version of King Kong, one of the first ever talkies. And of course, it had the Ray Harryhausen animation, the stop frame animation that Ray Harryhausen made famous. That was like one of my favourite movies. And I always cried at the end because I always used to feel so sorry for Kong. It wasn't his fault. He was happy on his little island, defending women and things. Geek has priority. Geek has priority, so he's not tried 3080. Oh, mate, you're in for a treat. Oh, no way is Godzilla better than King Kong. It's a bloke in a reptilian pajama onesie. It's like Ray, but not in his teddy bear and a lizard. You can see him wandering. King Kong was like, it was never a man in a suit. It was always animation and CGI and stop frame. You cannot be do not diss the Kong. This is why I like Rokk. Cowboy likes Godzilla, and I always told him King Kong was better. There you go, Mr. Urban World. We, my friend, are on the same planet. We are on Skull Island together. Careful, those words will get you banned here. I just know Boosteroid lost Skywalker Saga has it. That's interesting. Yes, another Ray Harryhausen classic. That again, Caseball, one of my favourite movies of all time. You remember when they're going down through the straits in the ship, in the Argos, or whatever it was called, and then those statues, they hear like a, and they, what's that noise? And they look up at those statues, and there's nothing's happened. And then the statues come alive. Oh man, when I was a kid, whoa! And those harpies attacking that poor guy, the blind fella, having his... Oh, I'm going to go and watch it again. I love that movie. Oh, that was such a good film. My dad loves that. Oh. I think I may have been around when it first came out. The Argo. Yeah, wow. Amazing. Guys, you guys have got such taste in movies. Never mind with the Godzilla crud. King Kong all the way. Anything that old Ray Harryhausen did was stunning. That man was he was light years ahead, wasn't he? And he ended up spawning Wallace and Gromit at Aardman Animations. Anyway, listen, GeForce Now. So, I'll do a 3080 stream. In fact, whenever you see me streaming, I'm always on my 3080. The only thing is that if I'm doing it from my Shield Pro, which is 90% of the time, it can only output at 720p, sadly. But you'll see how smooth it is. It still looks slick. But I will do it from here at some point. The problem I have is I don't know why. I have this super duper PC. It cost me an arm and a leg, custom made. and it just crashes all the time. And I've tried all sorts, guys. I'm at the limit. I can't take it much more. Donkey Kong, no, Mink. I don't want no Donkey Kong. Clash of the Titans, yeah, that was another cracker. As much as I like Kong, if he takes a blast from Godzilla, it's over. Yeah, that old reptile's got an awful case of bad breath, hasn't he? Wow, I think he eats those giant onions down the Japanese oceans. Is GFN greater than Priority? Oh, yeah. So much better than the free tier. Oh, yeah. So 3080 is 4K 60 on the Shield Pro. I think it's 1440 120 on a browser, but it may have upped it to 4K. I haven't played on a browser for a while. 1600 120 on these new Chrome browsers, and I think as well on MacBooks, because they have a slightly higher pixel density. Whereas Priority is fixed at 1080, but it's a really high quality, very low compression. So, but the free tier, I think, has got some compression, and you've got to kick off in an hour, and you have to log in all the time. It's not a great experience. I've had this conversation with NVIDIA. They agreed. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, they have given out a ton of 3-day Priority tier trial accounts. You'll have seen them across Twitter, across all my ambassador friends. So if you want one, DM me on Twitter, let me know, guys, or on Discord, and I've got an infinite amount. I can let you have one. The only caveat is they're only for 3 days, so I would suggest, get maximum out of them, maybe over a weekend or something. And if you have already had a Priority or a 3080 account, you won't be able to run it again. If you've had a free account, not a problem. If you've never tried it, not a problem. But you can't stack them, so you can't go and get a 3-day from Meg and a 3-day from Vet and a 3-day from CGD and a 3-day from me, and then kind of go one after another. That doesn't work. But give it a go. Give it a go. But Priority is way, way, way better than free. I suggested that they ditch the free. I get why they did it, but nobody else is offering a free account anymore. And I personally think because it's a lower quality and because it has all of those caveats, it's putting people off. And they agreed. So what I suggested was, look, give everybody maybe 7 days of 3080 when you sign up, just to really get the top feel for it. And then at the end of the 7 days, you have an option to downgrade to Priority or nothing. And they quite like that idea, so they're having a look at if they can do it or not. Yeah, at the moment, Gamer Mink, it is expensive. It isn't when you compare it to, say, for example, Shadow PC. And people with Shadow PC will rightly argue that Shadow PC allows you to run all sorts of stuff, not just games. But of course, it does come with a lower quality GPU versus 3080, which until the 4 series starts rolling out big time is as good as it gets, right? But also, you've got a limit on hard drive space as well. So again, you're limited on how many games you can download. And quite honestly, if you're going down the whole Shadow PC route, my tip would be get a Steam Deck. Because you're going to be able to play all your Steam games on there. Boostroid's an option, but we looked at it yesterday, guys. I don't need to say any more. Go back and look at that stream. You saw the issues the same as I did. There was no fluffy coating. You do have issues with it at the moment. You have to you log in and you're sat around thinking, where's my game? And then you realize it's logged you into Steam and you still have to play it within Steam and it doesn't tell you that. So you've got to go through your life. Not fun. Once you're into games there, it's brilliant, of course. But what I was going to say was prices fluctuate. Sometimes they go up and sometimes they come down. And the 3080 is an expensive service for NVIDIA to roll out, but there's no reason to assume that it won't become a different price in the future, particularly as competition ramps up. So we'll check all that out. But yeah, I think at the moment, sadly, I can only talk in terms of UK prices. So you guys in the chat will be able to say, free is free. Priority, I think I pay about £5, £4 something for priority, because I had like a legacy account, a founder's account. But I think if you get it now, it's about £6-ish, $8 a month. Priority goes up to about $19, I think, but that's still about $10 less than Shadow PC. Unlimited play of all of your games. Mostly, just like cloud and console players, they eventually became friends. Yeah. Hey, Sean, how are you, my friend? Good to see you, dude. Thanks for popping in, buddy. I've always been confused on pounds versus euros. What I would say is the easiest way for euros is to just think of it like a dollar. Dollars and euros are always usually about the same. So I always typically say if it's $10, it's probably 10 euros. Pound at the moment is awful. You just basically knock off 12%, but it used to be about 30% less for pound. But the prices at the moment are still around that 30% less, but they're all going to go up because the UK economy is in the toilet. There you go. Priority is $10, roughly what I said. 3080 is $20, roughly what I said. So that's pretty much bang on, isn't it? Loving the gaming experience on GFN, but I play on my TV with a controller, and the interface is quite awkward and frustrating. Hopefully it'll improve. But using the GeForce Now app, and again the question is, are you on the free or the priority? Because there is a difference there. You're not going to get the Stadia experience anywhere. That sadly, they if they did anything, they nailed the user experience. I mean, it was friction free. It just ain't there, is it? Evening all. Dave, how are you, buddy? Thanks for popping in again, my friend. Okay, learned something new. There you go. Right, so any road up, that was that, and this is this. On top of these new ways to play, this GFN Thursday brings hordes of fun with 11 new gaming titles, including Warhammer 40,000 Darktide, which I'm hoping to play over the weekend. Loads of great games coming up. It's going to be amazing, guys. Google's newest Chromebooks are the first built for cloud gaming. Da-dee-dee-dee-da. We got all that. That's understood. It's probably a little video we don't need to watch. There's about 100 free-to-play titles that you can play on GeForce Now. Wow, I didn't realise there was that many, including Fortnite, Genshin Impact, League of Legends. Of course, there's loads of RTX games as well. Cyberpunk, Steel Rising, which is, of course, the game that I'm giving away with the 3080 card tier tomorrow. And it is ultra low latency. This is true. When they first released the 3080, they made a claim, and it's since been backed up. I think what they call digital doofers backed it up. It's got less latency than an Xbox Series X to a television. I don't know how, guys. I have no idea how, but that is apparently a thing. So let's get down to the games and have a look at them, shall we? Priority, thanks to you, Rokk. Once you're into a game, it is awesome. Yeah, Big Steve. Sorry, there was only oh no, did you win? I can't remember. I've given away a ton of 3-day versions, and obviously last week we gave away 3 60-day accounts as well. But it's chalk and cheese, isn't it, Steve? The priority versus the free. I'm really hoping. I don't get the free. I don't know why they're doing the free. I think in this case, it's like going into a supermarket, and the woman she's there with her little stand and her cheese that she's giving you a slice of cheese to taste, and she's got these beautiful cheeses that are all fresh and beautiful, and then she gives you one that's actually 6 months out of date, and she gives you a little slice. You go, oh, it tastes horrible, and she says, yeah. But if you buy a fresh one, they're really nice. What are you going to do? No, you keep your cheese, woman. I'm out of here. That's how it works. Dame God, there's some gaming. How are you? Lovely to see you. Good afternoon, gamers. Good afternoon to you. Thank you so much. Bricktails is awesome. Let us crack. All right, okay. This game, Asterigos, Curse of the Stars. We're going to flip into Steam here, chaps and chapesses. I love the look of this game. It reminds me of Phoenix. on Ubisoft. It's kind of really got a massive Phoenix look to it. Believe it or not, it's an indie game. It's the first game from Acme, which is these guys. It was released a couple of days ago. It's got a really positive response. People that have played this absolutely love it. But don't you think, do you see what I'm saying? Doesn't it look so much like Phoenix Rising? It has that kind of feel. Apparently it's kind of Souls-like, if that's the kind of thing you like. JJ, how are you, my friend, from across the pond? Great to see you. Thanks for popping in, buddy. So this game I'm loving the look of. Let's see how much it is. So it's $26.99. We've got 10% off. That's UK, sorry, $32. I'm going to call it roughly around there, okay. But it has got 10% off. And that's not bad. It's no, it may or may not drop. There, of course, are other versions of it at more prices and stuff, but this is essentially what you're going to pay. Doesn't it look great for an indie studio, though? I mean, just phenomenal. So, yeah, I'm keen on that one. That's a definite one for me. Kamawaza, Way of the Thief. Let's have a look. This looks really cool as well. So only 10 reviews, sadly, but this one came out a couple of days ago as well, and it's kind of action stealth, obviously third person, kind of more old school looking almost, I would say. How much we got? Well, this one's a chunky old chunk of dosh at £35. Getting on for about $40, that one. That looks better. As I say, this video doesn't do it justice, really. But check that one out if you want. And obviously, all of these games are on GeForce Now. So these are essentially, most of them are brand new games that have come to Steam, or in this case, Epic Games, Lego Brick Tales. And you can, if you buy them, you can play them on GeForce Now. I love the look of this. This is really cool. Who doesn't love a Lego game? But you've got these little worlds, these little islands that you build with your Lego. And then you've got all sorts going on. A puzzle adventure. But look at this. How cool is this? It's not got many views, but it's had 92% positives. Price-wise, $24.99, so late $30, €30. Like all of these, there'll probably be packs that you can buy, Lego kit and so on. But I think it looks gorgeous, and I love the idea of actually building your world and then exploring it with puzzles and stuff. How cool is that? So definitely one to check out there. What else we got, Rokk? We got Ozymandias Bronze Age Empire Sim. So if you like your Sims, and I know some of you love them, then this is one to check out. You know the form, it's kind of humankind-esque. You progress your people and where they live, and then battle with each other and all that stuff. Never got into them myself, and it's, I think, largely because I have the attention span of a decrepit gnat. So now this is one that my good friend Vet Cloud Gaming is desperate to play. He loves the look of this, and quite honestly, you'd think it would be a pile of pants, wouldn't you? But it's not. No, this is on Epic Games. 10% off. It's actually a really good price anyway. It was £20. Let's call it $24, $25. It's dropped down 10%, so you can pick it up now for $22, give or take, $17.99. And literally, you build a PC, which, let's face it, we all actually quite enjoy doing, but none of us, or a lot of us, don't want to do because of the fear. But it's a really fun. You've got all your different specs, try it out and stuff. Vet's desperate to play this. I must admit, I bet it's quite cool fun. I wouldn't mind playing that myself. Winstar says, that's going to help me when I get the 4090. Yeah, man. Oh, the 4090. Whoa. How amazing will that be? But it's the size of a tower block. And it's all fan. Rokk. To play Darktide Beta, you need to have Darktide pre-ordered on Steam. Oh, Warhammer. I've actually asked for a code, so I'm hoping yet to hear back, but I may get a code, in which case I can have a little playthrough with that one. Building a PC is such an amazing experience. I love it. Dave, who popped in just now, hopefully Dave's still here. United we stand. He used to build PCs and as a job. And used to like it and was going to start a little business. The Last Oricru. I'm going to race through these now, guys. We do this every day, you know. We never get all the news out of the way, but I wanted to show you PlayStation Plus before we call it a day today. So what have we got here? Action RPG, love an RPG. Co-op, sci-fi. The Last Oricru is an action RPG with a strong emphasis on storytelling and player choices, so like kind of Mass Effect, I guess. Player awakens in a sci-fi medieval world on the brink of a war. So it's more Star Wars, more what I call not so much science fiction, but more sort of fantasy sci-fi, if that makes sense. It's a whopping $31.50. It was $35. It's 10% off. So you're looking mid-$30 kind of world. 2 reviews, not enough to judge it by, but it looks cool. Certainly, if you love your kind of medieval RPG stuff, check it out, man. So many games, it's hard to keep up. You're so true, Ninja Guy. How are you, my friend? Thanks for popping in, buddy. Good to see you. Rudigs, hey, working on some things in the background. Popped in to show some love. Well, thank you, my friend. I really appreciate that. Ninja is in the chat. How cool is this, guys? Right, let's quickly whip through these. Rabbids, Party of Legends, we don't need to look at that one. Ubisoft, October 13th, came out yesterday. Great game. Darkest Tales, October 13th, yesterday. Scorn. It's going to be on Xbox Game Pass as well. I assume cloud, so you've got options here. Steam, Epic, and Xbox Cloud Gaming. This does look a great game. A lot of people are excited by this. I hope it doesn't disappoint. I've heard that the gameplay may not be fantastic, but we'll see. It, of course, hugely influenced by H.R. Geiger, the artist who is no longer with us, sadly, but did all the absolutely unique styling for, I'm going to get back here before he does that, for the Alien movies that even to this day are so iconic and so amazing. I'm personally really looking forward to that. Warhammer 40k, which we've mentioned, we'll have a very quick look because I know a load of folk are really interested in this one. 30th of November, so like who said it? Let me go back up here. It was Caseball. Like Caseball says, the main game isn't out till the end of November, but you can get a little preview play, the beta, if you've paid for it. So it does look good. If you love your Warhammers, then you are not going to be disappointed. Why would you be? And Dual Universe is the last one. Very quick look, because I've literally we got more than I thought tonight, because William doesn't stream on a Thursday, SPG, and he's coming on Rock Players later as well, guys, so we can actually spend a little bit more time. Dual Universe, here we are. It's interesting. So this is a first-person sci-fi MMO built and driven by players, so a bit like, I guess, No Man's Sky, in a single persistent universe, very much like No Man's Sky. You can build almost anything out of voxels, trade in a free economy, lead industries, travel through space, explore planets, wage war. Yeah, that's an interesting one, isn't it? Came out back end of September. So it's been kicking around for a while. It's got mixed reviews. 59% of the 248 felt that it was positive. I think with a game like this, though, you've got to invest a lot of time. If you jump in and give it a few minutes, you're never going to get the value, are you? And also, it's a subscription game. £10.50 a month, so you've really got to be committed. I don't know why they do that. It's a fair chunk of dosh. I mean, for that, you could have the Priority GeForce Now account and some change to buy yourself a coffee. So, horses for courses. Horses for courses. Yeah, let's leave it at that, shall we? Very quickly, Xbox, I don't think there's anything. I don't know why I came to this one, actually. Jump back in. Thank you very much. Not today. Recently added, same as we've looked at recently. Cloud Dosage, they have pretty much covered the same thing that we have. New games come to GeForce Now. We covered CD Projekt yesterday, so that's that one. Have a quick look at the bookmarks. This is interesting, guys. Now, I don't know whether this will come to GeForce Now. So far, none of the PlayStation games have done, but Miles Morales has been now confirmed to be coming to Steam November 18th. Possibly Epic as well, but certainly on the PC. And if you've never played it, absolutely superb game. Absolutely superb. Of course, it's going to have a whole... It had ray tracing on the PlayStation anyway. It's going to look stunning on PC, particularly if you whack it up to Ultra. I think if it ain't anywhere, it'll definitely be on Boosteroid, so that's certainly one to look for. It's got a load of unique PC features as well, so that's going to be something for sure. Just catching up with the old chat. Master, how are you, dude? Thanks for popping in, buddy. I hit Legend rank the other night. In what? What were you playing that was Legend? It's good though. I want to know where Roller Champions for Amazon Luna is. I wonder if it was cancelled. I don't know. I don't know. Is this not on their Ubisoft channel? That's weird, isn't it? I mean, it's like, well, we'll have a look at it on PlayStation Plus in a minute, but they're very selected. This is a bit of sad news, guys. Outcasters, one of the only games like Guilt that was literally made for Stadia. And sadly, they've decided, and they've said with a heavy heart, they're not going to make it cross-platform because so many Stadia-specific features were built into the game, they've decided it's not worth the bother. I think that's such a shame. It was a brilliant, brilliant game. I never played much of it because I'm not much of a multiplayer game player. But I know that, it had a massive fan base, and it was a great game for showing off features on Stadia. So, such a shame. Such a shame. Dosage, of course, we covered this yesterday. Cloud Dosage has the tutorial on how to move your Cyberpunk saves to PC. This is funny. Look at this. Somebody created. I'll show you it in its full form. Somebody created a loading screen for their Steam Deck. Watch this. Hopefully you can see this. Let me zoom in. Here we go. Look at this. Let's put it back to the beginning. On his Steam Deck. Here we go. Stadia Steam Deck. That is so funny. Hat off to that person, whoever it was. Wow, Thomas Reisenegger. So funny. Whatever Boosteroid said, they've got a little PC on how to close a game session. It's pretty easy, I think, anyway, but they've got a little video how to do that. Scorn, coming out, as you all know, tomorrow. Steam, Epic, and Xbox X and S. And here is a map of the time. So if you are, as I am, UK based, it's going to be 11 a.m. for me, midday for Central Europe. Cross on the States, 3 in the morning for the West Coast, 6 in the morning for East Coast, and then your various other times. So yeah, looking forward to that. Really looking forward to it. We covered this off already. I think we covered as well, did we not, on Rock Show, that Xbox Cloud Gaming is making an appearance on the Meta Oculus Quest system. Not that any of the games are going to be 3D in the proper sort of parallaxy VR state, but you can play them there if you want to. So, it's an alternative to a separate screen, for example. So if you have one, why wouldn't you? And then, of course, the Chromebooks, and my favourite yesterday, poor journalism. Microsoft Stadia's death expects to win cloud gaming by 74% in despite the crash of the cloud. From Mason. Nice work, Mason. Not only have we kind of got a major fact wrong here, but what the heck does the rest of it mean? If you put a colon, then it becomes like Microsoft are saying Stadia's death. But the whole of it is rubbish. It just made me chuckle. Bless them all. Bless them all. There you go. That'll do us. Right. Let me, guys, fire up PS Plus. Now, PlayStation Plus, bearing in mind I'm playing this on Windows, I'm going to have to... Right, it's going to fire up. Hopefully we're not going to crash, because you know what happens when I try and do anything elaborate like this. Hopefully it will be fine. I'm going to continue looking and chatting to you in this window while I prep my other window over here, where there's me. I've popped in there. Let's get this. So I'm sort of chatting to you chappies and chapesses while I pull this in. I'm going to window capture this. Oh, perfect. It's come straight in. Wonderful. And let me just shrink that down to fit the screen and drop it behind me. Good. Right. Back I come. Let's go. Let's go over here and we're going to have a look at PlayStation Plus. And I'm going to explain to you. Oh, I tell you what. Before we do that, let me just go to, let me see, maybe it's not here. That's, there it is. Let's go to this screen so that we can just talk about what it is. It is, I think, sadly, quite confusing. There are 3 tiers of PlayStation Plus. So there's the Essential, which is your basic. This used to be what you got for your £50 per year. So, you know, it was online multiplayer, which I could never see the point. 3 monthly games, fair point. There was 2 or 3 monthly games. They weren't bad. Some of them were absolutely freaking excellent. Cloud storage for all your saves, share play, so you can share your screen like you could on Stadia. PlayStation Plus collection. Some good games in that collection, by the way. And Game Help, which is pretty cool. It lives at the bottom of the PlayStation screen dashboard, if you like, and you can click to get sort of hints on how to progress through a level, card-based. That was quite clever. That's the Essential. The Extra was the next level up. All of that plus game catalogue and Ubisoft Plus Classics. Kind of like who would want this version. And then the Premium, which is the one I've got, has all of those, plus it has the Classics catalogue. PS2, some PS1, PSP. I don't play those games. I'm not into retro stuff like that. Game trials, you can download games and play them, but you've got to download them. You can't play them in the cloud. And then the Forgotten Child, that used to be known as PS Now, is now known as cloud streaming. They add games a lot, but they don't mention it, and it annoys me. So let's have a look down here. I think we've got the prices. Yeah, here we go. So just want to zoom in so you guys can see this. And then we're going to go across and actually have a look at it in operation, their game streaming service, okay? So you're going to get a proper look at it. And I think it's freaking impressive. Have I gone in too far? Here we go. Right. Maybe a bit big. Let's go down a bit more. Let's have a look. What have I done with you, prices? Here we go. Okay. Start with the Essential one. Now, these are, again, apologies, these are the UK prices. Add 30%. I personally, they all do a monthly. Personally, I would go for the 12 months anyway, because you get significant discount. So in this case, I'm going to do the maths because I can't be bothered to work it out. 50 divided by 12 would be £4. Let's call it $5 a month to get your basic. Okay, fair enough. Extra. Oh, they don't do a 12-month for Extra. That's interesting. What do they do? Yes, they do. Beg your pardon. Sorry. $83.99 is what you pay divided by 12. So they. I don't know what this is really weird. What's all this pricing thing here? Oh, it's I don't know. Anyway, $83.99 a month. A year divided by 12 is £6.99. And then the one that I've got, which gets you cloud gaming. So if you're not interested in cloud gaming, there's no point in the others. But if you have this and you have cloud gaming, you don't even need a PlayStation. This one's £100. So it's about £8, let's call it $10 a month if you pay a year. But you do get a chunk of stuff for that, including cloud streaming. Last time I looked, there was something like 800 to 1,000 games in their cloud streaming catalogue. And as you'll see in a second, some of them were flipping amazing. Right, let's get ourselves over to the screen. I'm going to turn down the music and I'm going to get rid of that so that we're not going to... Okay, so here we are at the PS Plus app. This is an app, so you've got two ways that you can play, I think. You can either play your cloud streaming via your PlayStation, or you can install the PlayStation Plus app, which I think is Mac and Windows. I've never tried to install it on anything else, so I don't know if it exists for Chromebook. I don't think it does, and I don't think it exists for mobile devices, but any of you guys that do know, Anthony Cowboy, would probably know this. But let's have a quick look. So first thing to say is it's not the best interface. If I'm honest with you guys, it reminds me too much of the old Stadia interface. You have to scroll through these sections. There's no search filter. So you start with your must plays, Spider-Man Morales in the cloud, don't forget. So, that's for £8.99, $10 a month. You can play it already in the cloud on here, as well as Valhalla, Ghosts of Tsushima, Guardians of the Galaxy. Look at these games. Mortal Kombat 11, Horizon Zero Dawn, God of War, Crew 2. I'm not kidding. There are some amazing games on their cloud system. They keep adding to them as well. Look at them here. These are just their must-plays. Stray, which is a great game. Avengers, Marvel Avengers, Assassin's Creed stuff. Tons of it. Then you've got your action games, your sport games, my list, so you can add games to your favourites, and then you can obviously come back and play them as you want to. I was playing Uncharted 4 this afternoon, having watched the movie a couple of weeks ago, which I was quite impressed with. I quite enjoyed it. Once I realised that it was kind of a prequel and they were meant to be a lot younger, it made more sense. But I never realised there was this kind of challenge mode in there, which I thoroughly enjoyed. Play history, so you can see all the games that I've been playing in my cloud of late. Elix is pretty cool fun. Adventure, shooters, Ghost Recon Wildlands, Metro Exodus, Doom, driving and racing, RPG, puzzle, kids fighting, loads of kids stuff, by the way. Ice Age, Jumanji, Overcooked, Little Big Planet, Lego, fighting games, simulation games, strategy games, Editor's Choice, Hollow Knight's a great game, Far Cry. Then we've got remasters, The Last of Us, Harry Potter Lego Collection, Borderlands, God of War, Mafia 2, Beyond Two Souls, Gravity Rush, you name it, Crysis Remastered, on and on it goes. Then you've got your classics, PSP, PlayStation, that's PlayStation 1 and PS2. So a ton of them puppies going on in there. PS3, yep, even got PS3 stuff. A lot of these are PS4 games anyway. Then they break it down from A to B, C to D, E to G, H to L, M to O, P to R, S to U to Z. So the downside of their app is, it's freaking annoying that there's no search. Because sadly, who is going to sit there and scroll? What I do quite like, though, by the way, even if you're a PlayStation Plus app user, you may not realise this, but if you move to the right-hand side, you see it doubles up on that arrow, the chevron, so it goes faster. But you've kind of got to know what you're looking for. Homefront, what an amazing game that was. So let me just move my little head. No, not the whole thing, Rokk. Rokk. There we go. Move me over there. There we go. Put that down there. So you can add this to your list, to your favourites, and you can just start it. Any of these games, they will work. The quality is brilliant. I don't care what anybody says. It's 1080p. All right, you're not getting any higher, but it's like the best compression. It's hardly any compression. I don't get any latency. There's, even when you're speeding around, it looks really cool. So let's choose a game, shall we, that will fire up. What do you reckon, guys? Should we go with Miles Morales? Shall we? Should we have a look at that one? Here it is. Why not? I've got desktop audio. I'm just going to have to risk the audio, I think. So Rudig says, I just noticed, I don't know why, Rudigs, but this stuff's not popping up in my chat. I don't know where to download this app on my Windows computer, and I own a PS5. Yeah, it's hidden away. It's not like they really promote this. In fact, Dr. Spaceman sent me the link the other day. I couldn't, for the life of me. I'm going to pop it in the chat for you, Rudigs. I'm assuming that's what you mean. And it just installs it. Obviously, make sure you it'll put it on your desktop. But let me just see. You guys aren't seeing my tweets. No, that's good. So if I just search for Spaceman, because he sent it to me in a tweet. Here he is, young Seb. And let me get the link for you. Here it is. Cool. Copy that. I'll pop it in the chat here. So you've got that link. There you go, dude. That should work. So if you have even if you've got a PS5, if you've got a PC, if you've got one of these accounts, boom, that'll work for you. Now, when I fire this up, annoyingly, it fires the game up outside of this screen. So I'll have to change the link for the screen, but it's all good. Just click once. And I'm using an Xbox controller. It works absolutely fine. Let's see if I've hidden it, the game. I want to make sure I don't lose it here. Let's try again. Start. Yep, here it is. It's over here. So I just need to change the screen on the capture here. So we choose the game itself. There we go. There we are. So yeah, I'm playing with this Xbox controller. Obviously, you can attach a PS4 or a PS5 controller as well. Used to be that nothing else but a PS4 controller worked. So we're now running this game 1080p. It's streamed. Even right now, I think this looks freaking good. I genuinely do. So Ant says, I'm sorry guys, I'm not getting it in my chat to show you anymore. Ant says, the thing with the PlayStation Plus Premium app for your PC is almost every time I run it on there is an update, so you have to wait. I've never had that. That's unfortunate for you, mate. I've never ever had it once. Oh, I mean, it does update from time to time, but it's a rarity. I've only ever had it once or twice. Right, good, you're not getting the audio. I was hoping that would be the case. It will pick up. Now, I have played it before. I've played it to completion, but I haven't connected it with my saved games. There's ways you do that. So, but look at this. Look at the quality, guys. I mean, it's brilliant. I know we haven't started the game yet, but graphically, it's amazing. Well done, Rudigs. That's what we're here for, my friend. Yep. I think it does, Cowboy. I put one on earlier. I'm fairly sure I got it working. Ant's asking whether a PS5 controller works now. I think it does, dude. Certainly my Xbox controller's working. Look at this, guys. Come on. If I didn't tell you that I wasn't playing this locally, you would think no different, would you? This is a streamed game here. Just stunning. I mean, it's all cutscene, but nonetheless, it's in engine cutscene. By the way, all the cutscenes in the game use the actual game engine. Great graphics. So you can go and pay £8 right now. You don't need a PlayStation. Sign up for PlayStation Premium Plus and play these 800 to 1,000 games. You can literally be playing Miles Morales. Cancel it after a month. I think it's $10, maybe $12 if you did it on a monthly basis. But quite honestly, get someone to buy you a year's worth for $100 for Christmas, because you don't need a PlayStation. They don't promote it, but you don't. You just need this app, which you can run here. and then you're away. You can, I don't think you can install it on anywhere else but Windows, mind you. That's the downside. But it is amazing. By the way, just to let you know, as I said, I'm playing on an Xbox controller. This thing is vibrating. I'm getting rumble on the controller. It's proper integrated. Can I test it? I don't have a PS5 controller here right now, dude. But you've got access to it, haven't you? I know you've got a PS5. No, it's 1080p. I'm streaming 1440, Rudigs. It's full. It should be full 1080, depending on your PC, of course, I guess. But no, I mean, this is banging out. I'm streaming at 1440. I went fit to screen, and that's what it's doing. It may even be higher than that, but certainly the quality is stunning. People just don't. They much malign. Here we go. They much malign the PlayStation, and they say, "Oh, I tried it out. It was rubbish." But Xbox is so much better. Well, I beg to differ, because quite honestly, this is amazing. And straight off the bat, you've got all those games. You've got the old God of War. You've got Marvel Avengers. You've got a ton of Ubisoft games that you don't even need a Ubisoft Plus account to play, by the way. There's no separate account needed. So there's actually lots of bargains to be had with this. But I just think it looks amazing. I mean, there's no latency here at all, and graphically it's looking pretty flipping good. And I'm getting the rumble thing going down as well. At any point I can hit my main button. I've got a choice there to close the game, save my stuff up to the cloud, turn off or on the vibration settings. I assume this is looking good to you guys as well. I say I'm pushing it out at 1440. It's filling the screen, so all good. All good. What have I got to do? Heal here. Boom, 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 boom. It's a great game as well. I don't know if you've never played it, it's worth playing it. I don't know what they are pushing it out on. I wouldn't mind if I can, once I break away from this fighting, we can go up against a window and see if there's any ray tracing, because that's the clue. On a PS5, there's ray tracing native to the game. You can see your reflection in the windows as you web sling around the city. Now, if it's the PS4 version, you're not going to get that. You're going to get pseudo ray tracing. You'll see reflections, but they won't have the dynamic character reflecting in them. But I don't think I'm allowed to break out from this. I've got to finish this. This is kind of a training session with your character. Who doesn't love a Spider-Man? Spider-Man and Superman are my favourite superheroes. Spider-Man was always traditionally my favourite. Right, I want to get up against a window so we can see. They were talking of upgrading to the PS5s, weren't they, Ant? This is why I always check from time to time. But quite honestly, the PS4s come the end of their tenure, and they're still around. Were still amazing. And still a ton of games, even native PS5 ones, still look just as good on PS4. To the average gamer, as you know, you wouldn't really spot a lot of difference. L2 and R2 gets me web going in. Yeah, that's your non-RTX going on there. Now, you're probably saying, well, hang on, Rokk, does it know with your controller that it's Xbox? No, it doesn't know. It still shows me the native PS4 buttons. It's not a problem for me because I trained my brain a long time ago to use muscle memory. I don't even think anymore where these buttons are. When it says X, I know to press A. I'm able to, but I know a lot of folk can't do that. So you'd probably want to play your native controller if you can. You can, by the way. I've gone back. Sorry, I've gone back to the previous screen. Let me get us back there a second. There we go. Yeah, at the top right here, you can tick a little box that allows you to use the controller within this app as well. Oh, I'm on the wrong. Sorry, there it is. There we go. So now we're in controller mode. Yep, which allows me to use my controller apparently. Click here to return to. You are now in controller mode. use your... Well, it's not working on this one. Anyway, don't matter none. We'll go back to mouse mode for what it's worth. Boom, boom, boom. Right, so there you go. So we got a ton of really... I mean, that one, Stray, literally only came out a month or so ago. Days Gone, one of my favourite games of all time. All your old favourites are here, Wreckfest and all that stuff. Dead by Daylights and Hitmans and everything that you'd kind of want to play. So, again, you know, the downside is that you are constrained by being within the PlayStation constraints. So you've got to download the app for PC and or play it on a PlayStation. So if that's not an issue for you, then this is brilliant. But and as you're here, my friend, you can. Do you know if it exists for mobile devices or is it purely for the PC and PlayStation? Because I don't know, to be honest with you. If I click on that link, though, let me go and have a pull up a browser and have a look. Because that link tells you where you can download it, if I remember rightly. The one that I put in. How to access PlayStation Plus on PC, which obviously is PC. Visit the PlayStation Plus app download page, install the drivers. Yeah, fairly certain it's only on PC. Sadly. But anyway, I think it's great value. You know, that whole thing about, I would subscribe to XYZ service, but it doesn't have no mobile. Thanks, Anne. But it doesn't have the games. These guys have got the games. Game Pass Ultimate has more day and date games, no question, but you are limited to the amount of games on Game Pass Ultimate, and of course they rotate them out. Here, there is a level of rotation, but it's not as bad, and you know, it's creeping up. It's 800 plus. You're never going to run out of games to play on here. Yeah, there you go. There's not much more I can show you here, really. You've seen the interface. It's not the world's best. You can't go searching. You can find it A to Z if you know roughly what you're looking for. You know, down here, if you were looking for Borderlands, for example, you're going to go to B, aren't you? And you're going to go to the fastest chevron. Here we go. Right on the edge there, you're going to get to B. By the way, this is great. Atari Flashback Classics. You've got all the original Atari games in those. Batman's, you've got all the Batman trilogy. Arkham City, Arkham Asylum. Arkham Knight up there. Where are we? Got the Bioshocks, all the Bioshocks. You see what I'm saying? There's just a massive library. Black Mirror. Bolt, here you go, Borderlands, the Handsome Collection. So you can then, once you get here, you can hit that little plus and add it to your list. So, you know, you could spend some time. Seb, Dr. Spaceman, tells me they are working on a new interface for this, plus some other nice updates. So hopefully that'll be soon, sooner than later anyway. Right, let's get back to the welcome screen. Oh, I spoke over myself there. Here we are back at the welcome screen. And and I still don't have the update, sadly, for that. But I can read the text. I can read the chat over here. Rokk, look up how many Resident Evils they have. How many do they have, Cowboy? I've killed it off now, mate. I think you genuinely wanted to know, didn't you? Sorry, the chat wasn't updating for some reason. It's updating. How weird. Sorry, mate, I wasn't able to. I think the Luna has the best UI. Yeah, I mean, again, I've only seen other people's streams. I wish I could play Luna. I'd love to do a comparison on here. I have to exclude it, Mink, on the basis that it's very limited. You know, you can only play it if you're in if you're within the 51 North American states, because Hawaii doesn't have it. Not even Canada in terms of North America. So, let's hope, hey? Let's just keep our fingers crossed. John Scar is waging a one-man campaign, a one-man battle with them to get them to move it down to the rest of the world. So who knows? Oh, I wanted the people to see that they have almost every Resident Evil game in the cloud. Wow. Yeah, I mean, you know it, my friend. People underestimate PlayStation. But genuinely, they have the most well-stocked cloud gaming library, and none of it is tat. These are all games that have been on sale in the wide world of PlayStation at some point. You know, these aren't mobile games that have just been Android mobile games that have been stuffed into the library, which I've seen certainly recently in a lot of cloud gaming libraries. So definitely, yep. Luna's interface is great. Their pricing model is not so great. Yeah, I'm with you, Crow. I don't get the whole channel thing. Well, I do get it. I know why. They're trying to appeal to people that are used to using their Prime TV package. But I think the cloud gaming fraternity that's not a model that we're particularly up for. We kind of want either to subscribe to a service like Boosteroid, GeForce Now, or Shadow PC, where we can bring our existing games and play them in the cloud, and we pay basically for the use of their servers, or we want to pay a fee and get access to a ton of games. But by segregating them out into channels, I just don't feel it's working. But who knows, if they finally decide to go global, maybe they'll look at a different model. I don't know. Yeah, it's a shame. Think they'll ever make a Mac app? PS Plus, I mean. I thought that it was on the Mac. I know, Sandy, I don't have my Mac. I have a MacBook, but I gave it to my wife. But I've definitely played stuff on the Mac. Let me Google this for you. Let's have a look on, let me see if I pull up a browser. Mac, so PlayStation Plus for Mac. There you go, Remote Play. Ah, yes, Remote Play is another service again. There's another app, so you can remote play your PlayStation, and that's available for PC and Mac. So, if you want to play on it's not so good though. Ant will bear me on this one. I don't think the quality of the streaming, bearing in mind it's happening locally, is not brilliant. Let me see, PlayStation Plus. Can I play PlayStation Plus on the Mac, says this individual. Isn't supported on Macs, Linux, iOS or Android devices. It doesn't support the PS5's DualSense controller, which is what you were saying, and only the DualShock 3 and 4. Well, I've just proved that you can play it on an Xbox controller, because I just did. It doesn't support keyboard, mouse and keyboard and mouse, but then again, neither does... there aren't any games, as far as I'm aware, that are keyboard and mouse only on a PlayStation. If you have multiple monitors, games will only run on the main display. Well, same for any cloud system, isn't it? So there's your answer. So it is limited to PC or PlayStation. There is that limitation, but you do get access to the largest cloud streaming library. And what I would recommend doing is, particularly when you've got Morales coming out on PC, depending if you want the full RTX ray tracing experience, but it's going to be a full price game. You're going to be playing $60 and some change. So I would recommend, if there is a game that is on the PS Plus app, pay for a month, play it, play a few games, fill your boots. Definitely worth it. Mink says, I like it because I don't care about the retro games, for example, I can just not sub to that one. Yeah, but it would be nicer if they were all in the same sub, wouldn't it? I mean, just out of interest, Mink, if they said to you, what is the basic one? There's one that's like $4 or $5 or something, isn't it? If they said to you $12 a month and you can have access to all those channels, you'd pay it, wouldn't you? That's how I look at it. But anyway, we'll see. It's there, we'll see whether it's working for them or not. I don't know. But overall, Matt Gamer, we asked, yeah, I'm sorry about that, my friend. Flipping all, it's annoying. I tell you what, in reverse though, I would love to see Apple bring Apple Arcade to PC. So I pay for the one account. I have Apple Arcade, but I can only play it on obviously on my phone or tablet, but on my Apple TV. I'd love for that to be on PC, and I'd love for it to be a streaming app so that I can, Apple could do that. I mean, if you're already paying for the subscription, it's not going to harm them if you don't get access to it without paying for the subscription. I know they want you to have it on their devices. I get that. But, they were supposed to be going all out to become a service provider. And I've noticed just recently they've started to say they're moving a lot of their stuff to Windows. I think a lot of their Apple-only apps and services, they're starting to roll out on Windows. But they didn't mention Arcade. So hopefully in the future. Crow says, if Luna did, like Game Pass, I would be more interested, pay a 1 month fee and get access to all their games. Genuinely, I think that's the key that they're overlooking, Crow. I think everybody, even if it was top price, right? So if they said it was $15 or maybe even 16, 15's a sweet spot, I think. But you got access to all of their channels and their beautiful interface, and they put in all the stuff that's missing that people keep saying. I reckon people would pay for that. Yeah, unified sub would be cool, but what they've got now works for me. Absolutely, my friend. I think, at the moment, I think the two services that best fit Stadians are Luna and Nunoir, Black Nut. For me, they're the two that are the closest to what Stadia had. In terms of friction-free, easy to play anywhere, lovely interface, curated games, family-friendly, all of those things. They're the two. But for people that are more, generalist gamers, then technologically, hands down, GeForce Now 3080 for me. But for the largest, most varied, high-quality cloud gaming library, PlayStation Plus. For day and date stuff, Xbox Game Pass. Many options. I think the thing to do, and hopefully running the series that I've been running, looking at these things every day, can kind of open your mind up and your eyes to what's out there. So it's helping you to make decisions if you haven't quite made up your minds where to go yet. It's kind of what we're here for, isn't it? Right, my lovelies, I am going to disappear because in just over an hour and a half, it's Rokk Players. If you didn't see Rokk Players last week, it was such a great show. Ninja says, I love there's something for everyone. Absolutely, my friend, but I wish there was one service for everything. I know, well, Stadia wasn't even that really. To be honest, I had so many boxes ticked. The thing I loved about Stadia was all the value-added stuff, the ability to stream to YouTube, the ability to see your friends down in the corner, to have choices when you were sort of playing it. Ant says, I think Luna is taking too long to branch out. Yeah, 100% agree. And in the end, it will hurt them because most gamers interested in cloud gaming outside the US are making choices now. Mate, 100%. And it must be obvious to them. It's obvious to everybody else. Nunoir, Black Nut, they're doing a 50% discount for Stadia. Boosteroid are doing a 50% discount right now as well. GeForce Now are pushing out free trial codes. They're pushing their brand into new... everyone else has seen it except Amazon. I can't get their game plan. I really can't. Very, very odd. And I genuinely don't have an answer. I don't know enough internally about what they're all about. Absolutely, Rokk, says Ninja. Navjot Singh, how are you, my friend, by the way? I didn't say hello to you earlier. I hope you're well. To be honest, all Xbox has to do is drop xCloud exclusive Call of Duty skins and packs, and it would jump 10 million plus. Yeah, it's interesting. It's an interesting point. Of course, they do have a phenomenal amount of subscribers to Game Pass. We looked at this the other day. 2-point-something billion turnover a year, and that's excluding the games themselves and the hardware. It's a fascinating place that we live in, my friends. And it's all fun, isn't it? Hey, it's all good. Raymond, the gaming sabog, is in the house. So I was just about to say, ladies and gentlemen, at 8 p.m, midday Western, 2 p.m. Eastern, I think I'm correct in saying, we have the Rokk Players. It's a great show. It's cloud gaming news, but of just like the top 4 or 5 top news, and then we have a big old discussion. It's a big old panel show, unlike Rokk Show, which is fun. We love it, don't we? And this one. So that's coming up in an hour and a half, I think. Yep, just about. But here's the good news. Every week we have myself. That's not the good news. That's just what it is. We have Holtz, and we have Bjorn, Dad Plays Gaming, as the main hosts. But we also mix it up with guests. And this week we have Stadia Plays. Sorry, no, he's not called that anymore. He's called Simply Pawned Gaming, William. So I've got some of my Rokk Show boys. Ray's joining us, which is fantastic. Simply Pawned Gaming's joining us, which is fantastic. And we also have Martinez. Mostly Martinez is going to be joining us as well for as long as he can. So that is amazing. I'm just having a look because there may be some other guests. Yes, and Ninja Guy X is joining us as well. I thought I'd better just check because he's in the chat, and that's absolutely brilliant. So he's going to be joining about an hour after we go live. So that's going to be around the time we hit the discussion. It's going to be so much fun, guys. You must join. We're going to have such a fantastic show, and you'll find that on this channel. And if you're into cloud gaming, and it's kind of the more, I call it more serious cloud gaming for more serious cloud gamers. We still have a laugh. It's me. There's still going to be some chuckles, but we have a proper debate about it as well. Cammy, how are you? Thanks for popping in. Lovely to see you. Hope you're keeping well. Right, I am going to head out and go and get myself prepared. I'm not sure what Mrs. Rokk has made me for my dinner because she is a chef's kiss chef. So I'm going to have a little bit of food, get myself freshened up, get the makeup lady to work magic, and then I'll be back with my chums and all these wonderful guests. We're going to have a right old panel tonight, guys. We're going to discuss stuff. Do not forget, you lovely people, this week's massive Star Rokk Show giveaway is 3 whole months of the 3080 GFN RTX. Let's give it its full name. Our friends at NVIDIA, bless them, have given me an NVIDIA RTX GeForce Now. Our friends at NVIDIA have given me a GeForce Now RTX 3080 3-month subscription for one of you amazing people. And I'm going to be throwing in a brand new copy of Steel Rising, which is an RTX game. That's why I'm matching it up. So you get to get that whole ray tracing dynamic shadows love from Steam. So it's a great giveaway. All you got to do, guys, it's really simple. Sub this channel or any of my lovely hosts from the other shows in the week. Leave a message on any of the shows that have gone live this week. Follow me on Twitter at Rokk Show and DM me. That's mainly the reason for following, by the way, so that I know that you've entered and I can then tag you and put you in the draw tomorrow. This show, same time tomorrow. Spinny the wheel. We're going to get a winner. That's what you're going to win. And if you are a Team Rokk member, you're automatically in the draw. You don't need to do a thing. You don't need to lift a finger. You amazing, amazing folk. Right. MJ Parks, how are you, dude? Thanks for popping in. Great to see you with your little lunar icon going on there. Beautiful things. Okie dokie, let's get that out of here. I will see you guys in literally an hour and a half for the Rokk Players, and I let everybody else do the talking. I can let my throat repair itself. How wonderful is that? I'll see you all in an hour and a half. Rokk, get out of here. Okay, I'm going. Stop it. Okay. Have a fantastic Thursday. When I see you next, it will still be Thursday. But then when I see you next on this show, it'll be Friday. It'll be almost the weekend. Enjoy your gaming, guys. And thanks for popping in. And I will see you all later. Bye. Rokk is clocking out. Welcome to Rokk Around the Clock, daily cloud